Now, welcome to another weekend ramble, where we're going to be talking about what we expect or might see in the second half of the first season of Andor, which means big spoilers for the first half of the season.
Predictions and preludes?
Sure.
Previews?
I think we're mainly going to look at some of the images from the trailers that haven't appeared yet, which is actually quite a lot. I don't think we're going to get to all of them, so don't be like, well, you missed this one.
Well, we may not go in depth on all of them. I'll probably show all of them.
No, I mean, there's probably little clips, not every little snippet of all that we've seen in trailers and commercials is probably going to be just a few of them. I think some of the bigger ones we plucked out. So I think the best place to start is what happens to Cinta after the previous episode, and we know she's going to still be on Aldhani. Because we have seen a Star Destroyer show up in Aldhani.
Yes.
On Aldhani.
She's on the planet, looking up, Star Destroyer's rolling in. This is going to be, I guess, ramifications of what they did.
Yeah, I think that's definitely like investigation time. Like what in the hell went wrong here? How did you let the rebellion, that isn't a rebellion yet, winky face. How did you let them steal 80 million credits, essentially?
Yeah, how did you let that happen?
Like, what do we think she's doing? Because we have that one image where she's like covering something up or unveiling like some kind of maybe weapon or something or transmission, or what is it? I mean, is that like a communication device? Maybe is she trying to like communicate someone to get off planet? Kind of looks like it might have like a little radar dish type thing on it.
It's weird because it almost looks like it has handlebars.
Or is it a speeder? Yeah.
But I don't really see it.
That's the worst speeder ever.
Unless it's like one you stand on, like a wave runner.
Maybe a grass runner.
I don't know. I mean, we're just speculating.
I don't know because it could be multiple different things. But I mean, I think it was part of the plan for her to be left behind and to do either something else or she has another means of escape. Mm-hmm. And, of course, the Empire showing up is no surprise.
No.
They should expect that. So, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with Cinta, but certainly we're going to see more of it.
Absolutely.
So, we know that she's not just going to be, like, forgotten or something.
No, they didn't just forget.
Yeah. And speaking of other characters from the heist, we'll call it.
Yes.
Vel shows up in a couple different clips, including Ferrix? Is this where she is?
I'm pretty sure. I mean, just looking at, like, the weathering on the wall, the detailed metalwork there, I think this is Ferrix, and she's eyeballing some stormtroopers. Yeah,
she's kind of not eyeballing them too much. She's like, oh, yeah, just another day in the neighborhood.
Yeah, but I think the little next second of this clip is her, like, sharp-eyeing.
Yeah, she does look at them. I mean, she's trying to be inconspicuous, right? I don't think she wants to be spotted by stormtroopers. They might have a hollow image of her.
Obviously is coming to Ferrix.
Yeah.
And Vel will be there for it.
Yeah.
Which I know we were talking about. We'll go with the next image.
Yeah, because we also have Vel with Mon Mothma at one. At least I'm 95%. At least I'm 95% sure that's Vel. I mean, she's kind of.
It looks so drastic from the Vel we've seen, but yeah, that's Vel. She's got those same sharp features.
Yeah, and we don't know anything about Vel. I didn't realize that. We were just like talking about how we know before we started recording. We're like, yeah, we know all these characters now. We're like, wait a minute, we don't know Vel's story.
No, we don't know why she's in the rebellion. We don't know who she is aside from the leader of this job.
Yeah, and clearly Luthen trusts her. Mm-hmm. I mean,
how did they meet?
So
it seems like sort of a socialite.
It's kind of what it seems, because how else is I guess Luthen has his means certainly, but it seems like maybe Luthen met her on Coruscant, because she kind of talks with a different accent in this little clip too. I think she has like a word or two where she sounds Coruscant-y.
Yes,
that's my new word.
She's got the Coruscant airs.
Yes.
But maybe she is some sort of a socialite who then got involved. Maybe her family is hurt by the Empire. We don't know her story, but I dare say we might find out the story of Vel.
I kind of assume she came from somewhere else because she seemed. She's the leader. She seemed like she knew, what she was doing in covert military operation, whatever you want to call it. So I'd be surprised if she came from. But
at the same time, she was so nervous.
True. Oh, yeah. Especially when,
the last second to pull the trigger. She was
Are we going?
Nervous.
What's the signal? Yeah, she was like, oh, God, because it's all on me now if I say go.
She's not terribly experienced
doing
this.
Good point. Maybe she's just, fake it till you make it.
All right, and then back to Ferrix?
Yeah.
Well, we see Cassian comes home.
I kind of thought he would come home, maybe talk to his mom.
So too.
Stupidly. I don't think it's his best move.
He doesn't even know about Tim.
No, he doesn't.
He doesn't even know that, first off, Tim betrayed him, and secondly...
Tim was the one who called in the
that he
no longer alive, so he can get back with his ex.
Yeah, and this could actually bring Bix into the fold,
which I think maybe will, because she's going to hate the Empire now too, right?
If she didn't before, she definitely has her gripes now. Especially seeing as it looks like they may have cracked down military rule there.
Yeah. Well, we kind of heard that they were coming in and going to take over, so here's the takeover.
Yeah, they're going to take over corporate security, but it looks like they are really strict. I mean...
Yeah, we got stormtroopers.
We didn't see a single corporate security on the ground in Ferrix until after the incident.
True.
But now there are just stormtroopers patrolling.
More stormtroopers, probably.
Definitely a firefight, or... Yeah.
Or just killing civilians for the fun of it.
I don't want to think that's for the fun of it.
Well, not from our perspective, because we root for the good guys, right?
Definitely going to have some action on Ferrix as well.
Yeah. Well, we know Deidre's coming. Don't we have a picture? Yeah, we have Deidre with Death Troopers.
Deidre's Death Troopers.
The D&Ds. The D Squad. Oh, jeez. Doesn't make them sound intimidating.
No, but they are there. You can see the military presence. So eventually it looks like she's going to get her way to find out about her stolen star path from Steerguard.
I'm going to assume after the heist was successful, they're going to take her a little more seriously about a potential organized rebellion, and her jurisdiction may expand a bit.
I agree. I mean, they were all meeting to discuss the very thing that she has brought up time and time again. Yeah.
Either way, cool to see Death Troopers. I mean, we haven't even seen Stormtroopers, so seeing Death Troopers is like, oh.
We're going to see all of it, all the troopers. It almost looks like she is totally taken over, because in this next shot, she's like... showing, like, here's what this whole place looks like. Because you can see the rounded form, those about the hotel. That is technically the base, I believe, they were setting up.
Yeah.
Base there.
Yeah,
but I don't see the other...
is that the captain
ISB
from
officer?
Yeah, I can't tell if that's the captain from the previous episode that the other ISB put in charge.
This one?
No, the black suit.
I can't tell.
Yeah, I think so.
It's really hard to tell.
The one who was like, can I be called, can I get a fancy title?
Oh, goodness.
And we're like, sure, if you want.
Yeah, the one that they were installing as, like,
Yeah, kind of the figurehead
and that
at the
could
time.
Be, but what's interesting is we don't see the ISB agent who should be here leading the talks. Deidre is. Showing that she really is somehow going to take jurisdiction.
I think so, yes.
Here. Because maybe they're going to track this all to Andor and realize this is his home. And
yeah, they're going to start putting it all together.
Mm-hmm. And we got mud troopers, too. We got all of the troop types on Ferrix.
Well, yeah, why
Death Troopers, Stormtroopers.
We know we got to see short troopers yet in this season,
eventually.
Too. Because we have, unless they just made them for the heck of it, because there's a Black Series short trooper figure, which has slightly different markings from the other ones we see on Scarif.
So we know we're eventually going to get short troopers, but there's no shore here, so...
There isn't. But there is like a... Getting ahead of myself, there is like a shot where Luthen is flying a ship over what looks like a more tropical planet.
We'll get there.
Yeah, I'm skipping ahead. You know me. Putting down the locals.
Law.
Yeah, the locals are acting up, and we see them kind of like clashing here. So
I feel like mud troopers are definitely below stormtroopers in the totem pole. So
yeah, I don't know. A mud trooper might be just a different type of stormtrooper.
Well, I think Han wanted to be Han was a mud trooper. Remember they said the mud troopers were like they were killing themselves on mid. I think that the mud troopers are a little bit below because they're not as armored up as the stormtroopers.
Yeah, not quite. And going back to Mon Mothma, I guess.
Yeah.
We do see she's going to be at one of these parties.
Yeah, in a fancy gold dress.
Yeah, and she talks to someone who looks a little like Chancellor
That's
Valorum,
but it's party.
I know. Is it a different? Yeah, it's a different dress.
This is at her house.
It is.
The last one isn't at her house. It's at some event. And this is definitely back at her home. She's having a dinner party because you can see Perrin in the background socializing.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that is Chancellor Valorum. He looks like him, but Valorum would be pretty old at this point, much older than he looked like in The Phantom Menace, which is what he looks like here.
Not just a silver fox?
Well, maybe. I don't know. They got some good skincare regimen going on there. I don't know. I mean, it is Star Wars. They do have some, maybe he replaced his head. We can replace stomachs and everything else.
No, let's not.
I know. It was a joke. I'm joking. Stupid joke.
And now the interesting place. Where in the world is the white thing? This has got to be a prison. That they're manufacturing something for the Empire as penance for whatever they've done.
Yeah.
I'm sad because I do not recognize any of these people. So it's hard
well, we see Andor in one of these get-ups at one point, right? And
Andor's definitely dressed up in
either gets arrested or breaks into this facility or whatever it might be.
This facility looks like it's hard to break into. It's like some sort of...
There's multiple of them, too.
An octagon floating on the water with some sort of repulsors, possibly holding it. I'm going to call it the stop sign. Because you don't want to go there.
Do not enter.
Don't go to stop sign prison.
Yeah.
I think it's a prison. And there's multiple facilities, like you pointed out.
Yeah.
That are possibly
and then we have like
under, I don't know.
I don't know, because this almost looks completely different. I mean, that almost looks more like, I have no idea.
I feel like it's all connected, but it's hard to figure out how.
I mean, how big are these places? I mean, maybe that's not even the same place. Maybe that's a different place entirely.
Maybe that place isn't connected to the White Rooms, but it just looks like it would be.
It looks like here when they're walking across. I mean, that doesn't look at all like from the stop sign prison.
Stop sign prison, where you stop.
So I don't know, but either way, I think it's a prison. Just the way they're kind of like being marched like that, and
they're being marched. And I believe there was a separate shot of them running back through the hall.
There was, yeah. And we also have this where their lights kind of go red, implying lockdown.
Yeah, implying some sort of a lockdown. I mean, there's numbers along the way, like this is some sort of stations or cells.
Yeah. Yeah, they're probably being marched back to their cells.
There's like 74. This side looks like there's an 87.
Yeah.
So it looks like these are possibly cells that they're kept in. And then the flashbacks after this.
Yeah.
I think they're coming.
Yeah, I mean, I'm 99.9% sure Clem is going to be killed, who showed up to kind of... Well, he didn't come to save Cassian, but... Well, yeah, I mean... Because Cassian takes his name, calls himself Clem for the mission, and I think kind of becomes like a father figure-ish to him, perhaps.
Oh my god, is Vel's name Vel?
Maybe not.
Oh!
I know, mind-blowing. But yeah, we're going to see flashbacks. We're going to see clone troopers. So clearly Clone Wars plus time period here.
Well, I don't know if this planet is Ferrix. I mean, if it is, they could have been a separatist world.
I mean, maybe it's Ferrix. It kind of looks like it, but it could be pretty much any rundown kind of...
dirty
planet, yeah.
I guess. But yeah, there's clone troopers.
Definitely clone troopers.
I think it's Ferrix.
I think so, too. Just to make it more streamlined, I would imagine.
Kind of keep everything close to home.
Yeah, instead of just introducing another
world.
We
see them walking down the streets, Clem and Marva, like, ugh, clones.
Clone troop, yeah, because
they
don't like the Republic.
They don't like the Republic.
Yeah, and then maybe the execution of Clem. Don't know.
I don't know.
Something.
I think maybe someone maybe threw a brick or something at the end of the line. I mean, there's debris all over the ground, so maybe rocks. Somebody may have thrown something at the troopers because they're all marching in formation, like parading down the streets. Like maybe, look, the Republic, we won the war. You're now part of the Grand Republic.
What the Cassian's...
And if you threw stuff, the last row turned around.
Yeah, if we go by Cassian's current kind of backstory, there's like his father supposedly had some kind of, they were throwing rocks at him, and some of the others were like throwing rocks at clone troopers, and some of them got killed. So maybe that's kind of trying to stay true to that.
Could be. I mean, I'd hope so. I'm sick of having to rewrite canon in my head.
Yeah, I know.
That Timelines book that's never coming out.
Oh, yeah, they keep delaying it. Like, God, you guys.
November, now it's February.
Yeah, and then soon it'll be like June.
Never.
2 tubes.
2 tubes.
Yep, just 2 tubes. We're going just 2 tubes.
2 tubes.
Another on the nose name. Love those on the nose names.
Yeah, maybe that's just a nickname.
That's a horrible nickname. It looks like an X-wing too, and then old Saw.
Luthen goes to treat with Saw.
Yeah, call it war. Saw's on board for calling it war, which is kind of strange because when we see him in Fallen Order, I don't feel like he looks kind of more intense here than he was in Fallen Order. I don't know. Maybe a little bit. Maybe not. Maybe it's just the conversation he's having here.
Well, and we have 2 arcs to go, and clearly these images aren't going to all be from 3rd arc.
Yeah, well, I guess Fallen Order would take place before this anyway, so ignore me.
And then I worry about Clea.
She at one point says to Luthen that he's slipping, so maybe she's trying to get out, and this is where she gets caught. Maybe this is at some point where Luthen is kind of discovered. She's trying to escape and doesn't go so well.
We don't know that it doesn't go well.
Complete conjecture there, yeah.
It's probably not going to go well. Oh, I feel so worried for these characters.
And that, I think, is Luthen's ship over the planet that might be the tropical-y planet. I don't know, maybe it doesn't look so tropical here.
It might look
it looks like it's all barren, and I might be wrong about that one.
Hasbro just made a shore trooper to make a shore trooper.
I was trying to...
It's going to be in it's like season 2 somewhere.
Yeah, maybe there's a pond on a barren wasteland that they are shore troopering. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe they won't be in here at all, and Hasbro was just like, they won't know until the end of the season. After they already
Disney's like, guys, make a shore trooper. We're totally going to use that. And they're like, oh, okay. And then they're like, we forgot to tell Hasbro we scrapped the shore troopers.
Totally scrapped the shore trooper.
Well, they might just give us an update on Scarif at one point, for all we know, and show one scene of stormtroopers walking around.
The season's gonna end with something going to Scarif, and
we know that they talked about Scarif and the construction on Scarif.
And how materials were being diverted to Scarif. Yes. Mm-hmm.
What's interesting is none of these pictures give us any clue about Cassian's hunt for his sister, and I'm hoping they don't abandon that.
I don't think they're gonna abandon. That would be the strangest thing to start the whole series out with, him talking about his sister and then never brings it up again. I'm going to assume with his little, 200 credit or 300 credit haul, whatever he ended up with, and
200,000 credits.
Yeah, 1,000 credits. He's gonna go looking for her. Maybe he's gonna go to Ferrix and talk to his mother about what really happened that day.
Check up there first.
Yeah, and then he's gonna find the Empire's there. I don't know.
Or maybe he doesn't go back to Ferrix right away. Maybe he gets arrested.
Yeah,
he ends up in the prison first, and maybe Vel and crew all help him break out, and now he owes them, and they go back to Ferrix.
I hope they don't. I don't know. It's strange that he's going to get captured and put into this big prison, and they're gonna.
Well, are we going to see any sort of a time jump either?
I think we'll see some kind of a time jump.
This is supposed to take place, he said, over a first year.
Yeah.
And we've had a week, so.
Yeah, I almost hope it's not some kind of prison, because we just had like a 3-episode arc about, kind of breaking into one facility, so the idea that they would now break into like a prison and come on.
That's what we're good at, though, prisons.
Yeah, you're getting into Rebels territory now, where it's just everything's easy, or Kenobi territory. No offense to that's fine and all. I'm not trying to be mean to Rebels or Kenobi, but there is this level of seriousness here when it, I can't imagine they just in 5 minutes come up with a prison break to get Andor out, and it succeeds, after what we just saw.
Unless Andor's infiltrating on purpose to maybe sabotage.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I wonder if he's purposely, and it's not a prison. Maybe it's some kind of science thing, or just a factory.
It could very well be a science institute of some sort. Who knows? We don't know for sure yet.
What else we got? Anything?
No.
That's it. So yeah, I mean, like I said, we have a year to essentially cover, and then the next season, unfortunately, really kind of feeling unfortunate that there's only one more season of this right now, and that it's kind of going to spread over 4 years, and 3 arcs or 4 arcs over.
I know, I've been enjoying it so much, and I'm disappointed now that he's no longer doing as many seasons as originally planned.
Yeah, maybe they'll change their mind.
They won't.
No, they won't. I think it's mostly on Diego Luna didn't want to do 5 seasons.
And he's going to be like, what, by the time that was finished filming, 8, 9 years older?
Yeah. Yeah, he's going to try to play the 20-something and be 50 years old, but hey, I'm okay with it.
I know you're okay with it.
Yeah. Plus, Disney has that amazing de-aging technology.
There you go.
Just look at Hayden Christensen in Obi-Wan. Looked like he was 20 again.
Nope.
But anyway, yeah, those are our thoughts. I do think the sister thing is going to be a big thing in the back half of the season. I really do. I think it's going to kind of tear him between, all for the cause, for the rebellion. He might get a clue as to what's going on with his sister. And I think that's kind of the dilemma for him at the rest of the season. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
We'll see.
Yeah. Well, that's all we got for you this time. So take to the comments below. Tell us what you think of our predictions, or give us your own predictions. And let's talk some Star Wars. And until next time, thanks for watching.